This is the brand new Garmin Venu 3. It offers some new and updated features, such as new sleep tracking and sleep coaching modes, new sports profiles, and even open water swimming. In today's video, we compare this new model head-to-head with its predecessor, the Garmin Venu 2, to help you decide which model is the right one for you. We'll cover everything from the design and battery life to the fitness tracking and smart features. So, is this new model really worth the extra cost? Let's find out. For more information and the most updated prices, make sure to check the link in the description box below. First, let's do a quick recap of the Venu series for anyone who's new here. The Venu line is Garmin's flagship smartwatch series that focuses on health and fitness tracking along with smartwatch capability. The original Venu was released back in 2019 and really set the stage for Garmin's push into the full-color AMOLED display smartwatch market. It packed a lot of great fitness tracking, like built-in GPS, heart rate monitoring, activity profiles, and more. Plus, it had a beautiful bright display that made it really feel like a smartwatch. Then, in late 2021, we got the Venu 2 and Venu 2S models, which upgraded to a brighter AMOLED display, new fitness tracking profiles like respiration and hydration logging, and additional smartwatch functions through the Connect IQ store. And now, in 2023, we have the Venu 3, which takes things up another notch while still retaining that signature Venu DNA. Moving on to the comparison, let's kick things off by talking about the design and hardware upgrades on the Venu 3. Right away, when you first see the Venu 3, it looks very similar to the previous model. You get the same circular watch case, color touchscreen, and 5 ATM water resistance. But when you look closer, you'll notice some subtle but important changes. First off, the display is now slightly larger at 1.4 inches compared to 1.3 inches on the Venu 2. That extra screen real estate definitely makes the vivid AMOLED colors pop even more. The resolution has also been increased to 454 by 454 pixels for a crisper image. Everything from the watch faces to the data screens just look sharper. Another big upgrade is the addition of an improved touch-sensitive bezel around the display. This lets you scroll through menus or data pages by running your finger along the bezel, which is really intuitive and makes navigating so much smoother. The Venu 2 wasn't that smooth, so it's a great upgrade. The buttons have also been redesigned to have a more satisfying click and press. It's a small change, but makes interacting with the watch feel more solid. In terms of case size, both the watches clock in at 45mm, but the improved curved lugs of the Venu 3 help it hug your wrist so it doesn't feel bulky or massive. And in terms of weight, the Venu 2 weighs in at 49 grams while the Venu 3 weighs 47. That said, you won't notice a difference there. Overall, the design upgrades on the Venu 3 add up to a noticeably more polished and premium feel on the wrist. Alright, now let's dive into the screen and display upgrades, because this is where the Venu 3 really starts to pull ahead from its predecessor. We already touched on the increased resolution and larger size, but the display improvements go way beyond just that. Let's start with the brighter AMOLED panel. The Venu 3 can hit up to 1,300 nits brightness compared to 1,000 nits on the previous model. That means you get superior visibility, even in direct sunlight. The new Sapphire Edition also upgrades scratch protection with its durable sapphire crystal lens. This makes it much more resistant to nicks and scratches from everyday wear, so if you're tough on your watches, the Sapphire may be worth the upgrade. But hands down my favorite display feature is the always-on mode. Like the Venu 2, you can enable the screen to stay on dimly in the background, displaying the time, date, and your chosen watch face. This was a big request from Venu users and brings it up to par with other smartwatches that have offered always-on for years now. It's just so convenient to check the time with a quick glance rather than having to raise your wrist. And impressively, even with always on enabled, the Venu 3 still gets around 14 days of battery life thanks to some smart power management. Always on does disable raise to wake though, so keep that in mind. The last upgrade I'll mention is the new automatic brightness sensor. Now the watch can automatically adjust to current lighting conditions to optimize visibility and battery life. One less thing to think about. So, all around, the Venu 3's display is brighter, sharper, more visible in sunlight, and just offers a superior viewing experience compared to the Venu 2. Alright, now on to one of the most important categories. Let's compare the health and activity tracking between the Venu 3 and Venu 2. At their core, both watches pack a robust suite of sensors to track everything from steps to heart rate to sleep. You have built-in GPS to record pace and distance for runs and rides without needing to carry your phone. There are tons of sport profiles like golf, yoga, swimming, rowing, you name it. And they both continuously monitor things like stress, respiration, hydration, and more throughout the day. But the Venu 3 expands the tracking capabilities even further. Most notably, Garmin has added a new morning report that gives you a daily readout of your sleep score, overnight respiration, and heart rate variability, along with hydration levels. It's a great way to start your day with an overview and makes you more aware of how these metrics impact your body day to day or after a tough workout. Another health metric exclusive to the Venu 3 is the touch-based heart rate monitor on the bezel. This allows you to manually activate an on-demand heart rate reading by holding your finger on the bezel for 15 seconds. Super handy for getting a quick pulse check during a workout. Now, in terms of sports profiles, the Venu 3 does add a couple of new ones, but overall, the core experience across your favorite sports is going to be very similar between the two watches. And both also have excellent safety features like incident detection, which can automatically alert emergency contacts if you take a bad spill or crash. So at its foundation, the health and fitness tracking is evolutionary on the Venu 3, not revolutionary. But the addition of new sports definitely expands the capabilities. And of course, you have access to Garmin's excellent and in-depth Connect app to break down all your stats. Moving on to battery life. This is an area where the Venu 3 outperforms the previous model. Garmin lists the Venu 2 as having up to 9 days of battery life in smartwatch mode, while the Venu 3 has up to 14 days of battery life in smartwatch mode. Alright, let's talk about the new and improved smartwatch features on the Venu 3. The Venu line has always straddled the line between fitness watch and smartwatch, and the Venu 3 pushes even further into smartwatch territory in some really useful ways. First off, you have onboard storage for music. You can transfer playlists from Spotify, Amazon Music, and other providers more easily right to your watch. No phone required. This frees you to listen during runs while still tracking pace and distance with GPS. Some handy smartwatch upgrades include faster main processor for smoother navigation, faster contactless payments through your watch with Garmin Pay, and seamless voice assistant integration with Bixby, Siri, and Google Assistant. And in terms of customization, the Connect IQ store is packed with free watch faces, data fields, widgets, and apps to tailor the experience to your needs. This allows way more personalization compared to the stock faces on an Apple Watch. So if you're looking for a fitness-focused smartwatch with some great convenience features, the Venu 3 really hits that sweet spot. And that brings us to the big question. Based on all these comparisons, should you upgrade from the Venu 2 to the new Venu 3, or is the Venu 2 still a good option? For me, the Venu 3's brighter display, sleeker hardware design, improved touch-sensitive bezel, and always-on mode make it a meaningful upgrade over its predecessor. Those key quality-of-life improvements enhance the usage experience significantly, in my opinion. But the core health and fitness tracking is not wildly different from what the Venu 2 offers, so if you're totally happy with your Venu 2 and not itching for the new display or smartwatch extras, I don't think you necessarily need to rush out and upgrade. However, if you're new to the Venu line or deciding between the two models, the Venu 3 is definitely the one I'd recommend. The extra $100 to $150 for the enhanced hardware and display is money well spent. And for Venu first-gen owners, the Venu 3 is a huge leap forward and makes for an awesome upgrade option after 3 years of use. Let me know if you have any other questions about the Venu 2 or 3. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. That wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed the comparison. Be sure to hit that like button if you learned something new, and subscribe to stay tuned for more Garmin watch reviews and comparisons. I'll see you in the next one.